Welcome everybody to the third video in the horror film marathon that I'm doing at the channel, where I'm looking at cult films and B horror films. And today I'll be talking about a film involving two brothers who come into a strange town, one being the normal guy called Dwayne, young fella who comes into a town with a basket, and in that basket is his brother, who were separated at birth. And when I say separated, I mean separated. And his brother Belial in the basket is a disfigured monster thing. I don't know how you would describe him, and yeah, basically it's about their attempt to adjust to a new life, but things go wrong because Belial is ripping the face off people throughout the film. Now, the first thing I would like to say about the trilogy is it's a very solid trilogy, and like many films that have sequels of any kind, the first one is the best, but I still think 2 and 3, I hold them equally as good. And there's a big leap in quality, which you can definitely see in the film. And as for the restoration, it's good, but I'll talk about that soon. The first film's really good. It came out in 1982, and there's a huge 8-year gap, with Basket Case 2 coming out in 1990, and the third coming out in 1982. So there's a big gap there, and I think the film maintains what its purpose really is. You know, the film shouldn't be taken too seriously. Comedic violence is the core of the film, and just being overall camp horror, creature effects, heavy makeup, that style, that 80s style that I just love so much. And we all know when we look at the 80s films like Class of Nukem High and From Beyond, all those kind of films. And Henenlotter said himself that the films aren't meant to be taken too seriously. He didn't even expect Basket Case to get well received at all. He didn't even think people would watch it. So yeah, very low budget, $10,000 it was made on. Very cheap film, and I have to say I'm quite impressed with the effects and stuff that's in it for such a small budget. And that's the thing that I love about the trilogy so much. While they're not masterpiece films, you can see all the creativity and the passion that went into making all these films because of all the makeup effects and the acting, and you know, you can tell that a lot's been put into it in terms of effort. And it does pay off to some extent, because the films are very enjoyable. As for the restoration, the bonus features and whatnot, this is quite a good deal. On the back here we have What's in the Basket, which is a 70-minute documentary on the making of the film, which is very interesting to watch. You get to learn a bit about the film process and how projects get made. That's a feature-length documentary about the entire trilogy and how it was made. Then we have other things such as we have a commentary of each film, trailers, promotional stills, outtakes, behind-the-scenes footage, and a video introduction from Henenlotter himself. So there's a lot in there. Great package. You can see the back art of the little card. It's very nice. And as for the artwork of the Blu-ray itself, I think it looks wonderful. It really captures the heart of the film very well in that illustrated horror style. And you've got Belial getting the middle finger, which is quite funny. And inside, I was kind of disappointed. I thought there'd be some artwork inside. It's just quite plain. Each disc just says Basket Case 1, 2, 3. Nothing on the discs, but you know, who really cares about that? So it's on the outside that counts when it comes to Blu-rays. So yes, very nice looking Blu-ray. Yeah, I would like to hear your thoughts on the film if you've seen it, because they really are nice films. They're not masterpieces. I love the original so much, and they are very funny with their style, and I think the makeup effects are brilliant in Basket Case. So if you've seen the film, comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it, and if you haven't seen them, I say it's worth checking out. I didn't talk about the plot of 2 and 3, which I did want to talk about, but I'm going to review those on Letterboxd, so you can check those out when I get them up. And so yeah, I didn't want to spoil the plot, but definitely check these films out. And this Blu-ray, it's not too expensive now. I got this for £11 on base.com. I think it was at a base or play, but you can get this between 11 and I would say £15. £15 is the most you'll pay for this, and for the 3 films and all the extras that you get with it, it's definitely worth your time going out to get and watch this Halloween. So that's it for this video, everyone. Thanks for joining me again. Stay tuned for more horror film uploads. Be sure to comment, subscribe, and all that shit. And see you next time.